people sing, sing like anything, any sort of song they choose. Let the people sing, let the welkin ring, anything to kill the blues. Find a merry song to cheer them, tell them that I long to hear them. When things all go wrong, you will find a song, welcome as a breath of spring. Therefore let the people sing. When things all go wrong, you will find a song, welcome as a breath of spring. Therefore let the people sing.
Let the People Sing could have been the theme song for composer Noel Gay, for during his all-too-short life he was responsible for writing some delightful, singable songs. Noel had been headed for a very different musical career early in his teens. He was born Reginald Moxon Armitage in Wakefield, England in 1898, and by the age of 12 was an outstandingly talented young organist, the deputy organist, in fact, at Wakefield Cathedral. When he was 15, he won an open scholarship to the Royal College of Music and moved to London, where he became assistant organist to the Chapel Royal St. James's. And in 1916, at the age of 18, was appointed Director of Music and Organist at St. Anne's, Soho. Young Reg went on to Cambridge to further his musical studies, and at the end of his time at that fine university, graduated in first place in all principal organ and composition examinations, with the right to put the letters M.A., Mus.B., F.R.C.O., A.R.C.M. after his name. It was during his university days that young Reg discovered a talent for composing popular songs.
You require a lot of looking after. That's a job in which I take a pride.
Your suggestion I'll revert. I should like to be your nurse. I can think of no one else who do for you.
So hold my hand, no matter what the weather. Just you hold my hand. We'll walk through life together, for you'll find in me that kind of a friend who will see you through to the end.
So if you'll hold my hand, we both shall walk more steadily. For understand, you hold my heart already in that dreamland where I have planned that I shall hold your hand forever. My hand, no matter what the weather, if you hold my hand, we'll walk through life together, for you'll find in me that kind of a friend who will see you through to the end. So if you hold my hand, we both shall walk more steadily. For understand, you hold my heart already in that dreamland where I have planned that we shall both hold hands
Hold My Hand, sung by Jesse Matthews and Sonny Hale in an early Noel Gay show of that title, Hold My Hand. The 1925 review called Stop Press was the first to feature any Reginald Armitage songs, and these came to the notice of the great André Charlot, who offered the unknown composer the job of writing for the Charlot show of 1926. The classical Reginald Armitage was still waiting for a cathedral, so he accepted Charlot's offer. He did feel, however, that his name didn't fit the image of a popular composer, nor did his popular song image go with the church organ playing and composition, so he decided to seek a pseudonym. Walking through London one day, he passed a theatre where Noel Coward and Maisie Gay were starring. He took the first name of one and the surname of the other and became Noel Gay, composer of popular songs and revue material.
The king's horses, the king's men, march down the street and they march back again. The king's horses and the king's men. They're in scarlet, they're in gold, all dollied up, it's a joy to behold. The king's horses and the king's men. They're not out to fight the foe, you might think so, but oh dear no, they're out because they've got to go to put a little pepper to the Lord Mayor's show. It's their duty now and then to march down the street and to march back again. The king's horses and the king's men.
King's Horses, sung by Sam Brown with the Ray Sarita Orchestra, one of the songs featured in a 1930 London review. Noel Gay, with all his talents, was never typecast, but he is best remembered as the creator of novelty songs. Here's a 1931 recording of Ray Noble and Al Bowley singing Noel Gay's account of The Pied Piper of Hamelin.
Hamelin town in Brunswick. Brunswick is in Germany. Long ago, it seemed as though the town was getting Germany. Hamelin called a piper to charm the rest away. He heard the tales the people told, said, oh boy, I'll knock them cold, and he began to play. by the tune a piper played. From every hole he drew them out. They heard the stuff, he blew them out, and trembled at the noises that he made. While he shot hot brakes at Hamelin, to the riverside they strayed. They wrapped their tails around themselves and all jumped in and drowned themselves to dodge the tune a piper played. From every belfry bats came round, attracted by the tune the piper played. From every hole he drew them out. They heard the stuff, he blew them out, and trembled at the noises that he made. They wrapped their tails around themselves and all jumped in and drowned themselves to dodge the tune a piper played.
Many Noel Gay songs were set in a deliberately simple form, achieving their effect by the repetition of rhythmic phrases. Their simplicity and nonsense lyrics were their charm.
Has got his hat on, hip, 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out today. Now we'll all be happy, hip, 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out today. He's been tanning niggers out in Timbuktu. Now he's coming back to do the same to you. So jump into your sun bath, hip, 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 hooray. The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out today. All the little birds are singing, all the little gnats are stinging, all the little bees in twos and threes buzzing in the sun all day. All the little boys excited, all the little girls delighted. What a lot of fun for everyone, sitting in the sun all day.
song for summertime, The Sun Has Got His Hat On, sung by Sam Brown, this time with the Ambrose Orchestra. 2 years after recording The Pied Piper of Hamelin, Ray Noble and Al Bowley released The Moment I Saw You, another Noel Gay composition.
She's too nice, a baby, to leave on the shelf. What neatness, what sweetness, those two eyes of blue. They got me completely, and I fell for you. The moment I saw you, sweet smile you wore, the cute glance you gave me, I knew more and more that you were the girl I was meant to adore. I knew it the moment I saw you.
The Moment I Saw You, written in 1933. The year Noel Gay must have done more than anyone else to increase enrolments in the British Army.
Company, by the right, quick march!
There's something about a soldier, something about a soldier, something about a soldier that is fine, fine, fine. He may be a great big general, he may be a sergeant major, or he may be a little private of the line. But there's something about his bearing, something in what he's wearing, something about his buttons all a shine, shine, shine. Oh, a military chest seems to suit the ladies best. There's something about a soldier that is fine, fine, fine. When they march down the street, people stand on your feet. Though they jump on your chest, you fall in with the rest. Then you run half a mile, but it's well worth your while. For in the perilous yard you'll see the changing of the guard. Oh, there's something about a soldier, something about a soldier, something about a soldier that is fine, fine, fine. Halt! For squad number
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now there, what do you think you are, a knight in armor? I said fall out, not fall down. All right, fall back. To the left, quick, wait for it. March! There's something about a soldier that is fine, fine, fine. Oh, there's something about a soldier, something about a soldier, something about how are you, Charlie?
Fine, fine, fine.
He may be a great big general, or he may be a sergeant major, or he may be a little private of the
Line.
But there's something about but it's all a jive, jive, jive. For a military chest seems to suit the ladies best. There's something about a soda that is fine, fine, fine.
A great hit for Cicely Courtnidge, There's Something About a Soldier. That came from her 1933 film, Soldiers of the King. About the same time, Cicely's husband, Jack Hulbert, had a hit with another Noel Gay song, Who's Been Polishing the Sun?
This world's becoming a gay one. I used to think it a grey one, but I discovered it's A1 just now. It's taken on a new meaning. It's very nice to be seen in. There's been a little spring cleaning somehow. Who's been polishing the sun, rubbing out the clouds of grey? They must have known just how I like it. Everything's coming my way. Who's been teaching all the birds how to sing a roundelay? They must have known just how I like it. Everything's coming my way. Yesterday everything looked anyhow. Then I met someone and look at it now. Who's been polishing the sun, rubbing out the clouds of grey? They must have known just how I like it. Everything's coming my way. Tell me who's been polishing the sun, sweeping all the stormy clouds away? They must have known just how I like it. Every little thing's going to be okay. Tell me who's been teaching all the birds how to sing a merry roundelay? They must have known just how I like it. Everything's coming my way. Yesterday everything looked anyhow. Then I fell in love with the sweetest little girl, and look at me now. Why don't you tell me who's been polishing the sun, sweeping the clouds away? They must have known just how I like it. Everything's coming my way. Tell me who's been polishing the sun, sweeping all the stormy clouds away? They must have known just how I like it. Every little thing's going to be okay. Tell me who's been teaching all the birds how to sing a merry roundelay? They must have known just how I like it. Everything's coming my way. Yesterday everything looked anyhow. Then I fell in love with the sweetest little girl, and look at me now. Why don't you tell me who's been polishing the sun, sweeping the clouds away? They must have known just how I like it. Oh, oh, come on, let's go. Yum, bum, 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 yum, bum, 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 bum. They must have known just how I like it. Ba-yum, 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 bum, 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 bum. They must have known just how I like it. Everything's coming my way. Yesterday everything looked anyhow. Then I fell in love with the sweetest little girl, and look at me now. Who's been polishing the sun? They must have known just how I like it. Everything's coming my way.
Maybe Noel Gay felt he'd been unfair to the senior service following the success of There's Something About a Soldier. Or maybe the Navy wanted a song to increase its enrolments. But whatever the reason, in 1936 everyone felt sure there'd be a jolly good time when the fleet's in port again.
Now we'll have a jolly good time. The
Fleet's in Port Again, sung by the Mike Sam's Singers. The song was originally performed by the Immortal Crazy Gang in the revue OK for Sound. Noel Gay appeared to have an enormous sense of fun, and ordinary people identified with the characters in his comedy songs, which were performed by England's leading comedians. Gracie Field's I Took My Harp to a Party was a Noel Gay composition.
I took my harp to a party, but nobody asked me to play. The others were jolly and hearty, but I wasn't feeling so gay. They might have said, play us a tune we can sing, but somehow I don't think they noticed the thing. When I took my harp to a party, nobody asked me to play, so I took the darn thing away. They asked Mrs. Morgan to play her mouth organ, and somebody else did a dance. They let Mrs. Carter perform a sonata, but I wasn't given a chance. Then a North Country person called Sandy MacPherson played bagpipes and took off his coat, while both the Miss Fawcett's bust out of their corsets in trying to take a top note. They sang Home Sweet Home on the banks of Loch Lomond, then all the king's horses, then trees, while nephews and nieces kept playing their pieces and spreading their jam on the keys. A daughter called Lena played her concertina. Oh, we all played ridiculous games, till old Mr. Dyer got his whiskers on fire, and a fire engine laid on the flames. When I took my harp to a party, nobody asked me to play. The others were jolly and hearty, but I wasn't feeling so gay. Oh, I felt so ashamed at not striking a note that I tried to hide the thing under my coat. When I took my harp to a party, and nobody asked me to play, oh, I took the darn thing away. Seems such a waste after all the lessons I've been having. I'm sick of the thing. I'll never take it anymore. I hate the sight of me harp.
But it does build up the muscles. How many times have you met a person like that? And how many times have you seen people doing this?
I'm leaning on the lamp. Maybe you think I look a tramp, or you may think I'm hanging round to steal a car. But no, I'm not a crook, and if you think that's what I look, I'll tell you why I'm here and what my motives are. I'm leaning on a lamppost at the corner of the street in case a certain little lady comes by. Oh me, oh my, I hope the little lady comes by. I don't know if she'll get away, she doesn't always get away, but anyhow I know that she'll try. Oh me, oh my, I hope the little lady comes by. There's no other girl I would wait for, but this one I'd break any date for. I won't have to ask what she's late for. She wouldn't leave me flat, she's not a girl like that. Oh, she's absolutely wonderful and marvelous and beautiful, and anyone can understand why. I'm leaning on a lamppost at the corner of the street in case a certain little lady passes by. I'm leaning on the lamppost at the corner of the street in case a certain little lady comes by. Oh me, oh my, I hope the little lady comes by. I don't know if she'll get away, she doesn't always get away, but anyhow I know that she'll try. Oh me, oh my, I hope the little lady goes. One-a-da-da-da-dee-bum-bum. There's no other girl I could wait for, but this one I'd break any date for. I won't have to ask what she's late for. She wouldn't leave me flat, she's not a girl like that. Oh, she's absolutely wonderful and marvelous and beautiful, and anyone can understand why. I'm leaning on a lamppost at the corner of the street in case a certain little lady passes by.
George Formby sang Leaning on a Lamppost in his 1937 film, Feather Your Nest. Perhaps Noel Gay's greatest success, though, was the score for the show Me and My Girl, which broke all box office records in its run that began in 1937 and continued for over 2 years. The Pinot Lane was the star, and the Lambeth Walk was the song that stopped the show.
East is east and west is west. We can no more walk the Mayfair way than they can walk the Lambeth way. You don't understand. Lambeth, you've never seen. The skies ain't blue, the grass ain't green. We haven't got the Mayfair touch, but that don't matter very much. We play a different way, not like you, but a bit more gay. And when we have a bit of fun, oh boy, anytime you're Lambeth way, any evening, any day, you'll find us all doing the Lambeth walk. Every little Lambeth gal takes along her Lambeth bell. You'll find us all doing the Lambeth walk. Everything's bright and breezy, do as you darn well pleasy. Why don't you make your way there, stay there, play there. Once you get down Lambeth way, any evening, any day, you'll find yourself doing the Lambeth walk. Anytime you're Lambeth way, any evening, any day, you'll find yourself doing the Lambeth walk.
One,
actual performance by Lupino Lane of the Lambeth Walk in the show Me and My Girl. Just prior to World War II, the whole world was dancing the Lambeth Walk. The craze even swept Germany, where the Nazis tried to get Noel Gay to sign a declaration that he had no Jewish blood. He refused. His next big hit was in an entirely different vein. It was the sentimental Love Makes the World Go Round, sung now by the great cabaret star Leslie Hutchinson.
Ask your heart what gave the world its start. Why do the seasons come and go? Ask your heart what causes the sunrise. Only your heart will know. Why after sunset the moon's aglow? I used to wonder, but now I know. The world keeps on turning, you can't stop it turning. Love makes the world go round. An old love, a new love, so long as it's true love, it's love makes the world go round. Without love, nobody would sing. Without love, no wedding bells ring. Though people doubt they can't live without. All over the world they found that love makes the world go round. Nobody would sing without love. No wedding bells ring, and though people doubt it, they can't live without it. All over the world they found that love makes the world go round.
In spite of all the efforts to keep the world at peace, hostilities broke out, and the entertainment business took on the job of keeping up morale. The Crazy Gang opened The Little Dog Laughed in late 1939, the score including Run, Rabbit, Run, sung by Flanagan and Allen.
On the farm, every Friday on the farm, it's rabbit pie day. So every Friday that ever comes along, I get up early and sing this little song. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Bang, 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 bang goes the farmer's gun. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, 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 run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Don't give the farmer his fun, fun, fun. He'll get by without his rabbit pie. So run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. diddle-a-do. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Bang, 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 bang goes the farmer's gun. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, 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 run. Run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Don't give the farmer his fun, fun, fun. He'll get by without his rabbit pie. So run, rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run.
Run, Rabbit, Run, sung by Flanagan and Allen in The Little Dog Laughed. Many people thought the song was about the victim of the first German bomb to hit British soil on Christmas Eve 1939, the victim being a common or garden variety rabbit. But in actual fact, Noel Gay had penned the song 3 months earlier, and it was by pure coincidence that a rabbit was Hitler's first victim. One of the first comedy films made after the war's outbreak was Sailors 3, in which Tommy Trinder played one of the trio of British sailors who managed to hijack a Nazi battleship. Noel Gay's song All Over the Place was sung by Tommy Trinder in the film.
Of all the lives a man can lead, there's none that's like a sailor's. It's very much more exciting than a tinker's or a tailor's. He leaves his home, sweet home. It seems he loves to roam all over the place, wherever the sea may happen to be. A sailor is found knocking around. He's all over the place, all over the place. The north or the south, the east or the west. There's half of the world tattooed on his chest and all over the place. All around the universe in any port of call, getting his fun, the son of a gun. Never staying very long in any place at all. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's all over the place. The ladies adore to get him ashore. He's theirs for a day and then he's away. All over the place.
All over the place, now wherever the sea may happen to be, a sailor is sure found knocking around. He's all over the place, all over the place, from the north or the south, the east or the west. There's half of the world tattooed on his chest and all over the place.
All around the universe in any port of call, getting his fun, the son of a gun. Never staying very long in any place at all. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's all over the place. The ladies adore to get him ashore. He's theirs for a day and then he's away. All over the place. Never staying very long in any place at all. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. He's all over the place. The ladies adore, every day, and then he's away. All over. Wait for it.
Noel Gay's Hey Little Hen was another of his patriotic morale-building songs. Because of the German blockade of their island, Britishers were being encouraged to become self-sufficient by growing as much food as they could. And Hey Little Hen had an underlying message for people with chicken yards in their gardens.
a lot of chickens, a large chicken run. But owing to conditions, I'm now down to one. I give her all the tidbits, the dear little thing. And just to keep her up to scratch, I go to her and sing. Hey, little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my tea? Hey, little hen, when will you try to supply one for me? Get into your nest, do your little best, get it off your chest, I can do the rest. Hey, little hen, when will you lay me an egg for my tea? Hey, little hen,
When will you lay me an egg for my tea?
hey, little hen,
Now when will you try to supply one for me? Get into your nest, do your little best, or get it off your chest, then I can do the rest.
hey, little hen,
When will you lay me an egg for my tea?
Chick Henderson and Betty Roberts with the Joe Loss Orchestra singing Hey Little Hen. Listening to his music and lyrics, it's easy to assume that Noel Gay was a fun-loving, outgoing person. But he didn't strike his friends as particularly humorous, and he found it hard to talk to people he didn't know well. He looked on his many hits largely as coincidences. He was more interested in show-stopping than chart-topping. After the war, Noel Gay's musical output slackened off. He wrote his last show, My Thanks to You, with Norman Newell in 1950. By that time, he was nearly totally deaf, and this put an end to his composition. Not long before his death, in 1954, however, Noel Gay collaborated again with Norman Newell to write That's Where My Journey Ends.
Far away from town, where a lazy river bends. Though it may be old and tumble down, that's where my journey ends. I'll find someone waiting there for me. She's the kind that heaven sends. By her side is where I long to be. That's where my journey ends. I reach the garden gate, as proud as I can be, and find to longing eyes that wait to welcome me. For a while we spend the hours alone, for we'll ask a ransom friend in the heaven that I call my own. That's where my journey ends. reach the garden gate, as proud as I can be, and find two loving arms that wait to welcome me. For a while we'll spend the hours alone, or we ask her on some friends in the heaven that I call my home. That's where my journey ends. That's where my journey
An appropriate Noel Gay song to end this hour of the music of that talented composer and lyricist. That's where my journey ends. We'll play out to time, with news coming up, with a little of Russ Conway and a tune that was used in a Cochrane show called Lights Up. Then after news, some songs from Ella Fitzgerald. ABC Radio 1 and 3, Eastern Time is 9 o'clock.